Hello, and welcome back to another SciGun Arena video. Since the last video, I've made countless improvements to the game. These changes have taken the game from feeling a week old to feeling like a truly in-development game. Let's get right into it so I can show you everything that's new. First off, I want to start you all off with the old menu. Looked pretty bland, but was at least functional. Now here's the new menu. I'll leave you to see it in all its glory. As I'm sure you can see, the new menu really helps to set the feeling of the game. Since it's the first thing players interact with in a game, I wanted to ensure that it really popped. I'd say the result turned out pretty well, new buttons and all, but please let me know what you think in the comments. As a side note, I do plan to add map images to display a snapshot of the currently selected map, as well as the description of the game mode that's currently selected. Moving on, I wanted to take the time to show off the newest and most production quality map, simply named Ship. This is actually the result of the menu scene, so perfectly fitting as a map. However, unlike the menu scene, this map is two of the ship compartments mirrored and connected at 2 points. It has minimal cover, instead allowing players and bots to see much of the floor. This creates a sense of urgency so as to encourage players to move around. Something else you may or may not have noticed. The lighting has been completely upgraded. As opposed to only using dynamic lighting before this update, I've switched everything to mixed lighting. This means that some lights are now baked into static objects, essentially meaning that all of the maps look significantly better and more visually pleasing. Speaking of visual appeal, I've also created some new weapon animations. They look significantly more realistic and much better overall. It really brings out the environment that I'm looking for. Here's something else. This is two-part. First, I've added a new game mode. It's called Breach and Enter, and the goal is to reach the objective while navigating a maze or path filled with enemies. As a test level for this game mode, I've created the appropriately named Breach and Enter level. I'll show some uncommented gameplay now. and when you reach the end, there's even an endgame screen. This only appears in this game mode as of now, but I'll be adding a match timer as well as other conditions for game over. All of these will show these screens. On the topic of new additions, there are now vehicles that are fully functional. This is a hovercraft being driven in the Racing Oval map. It goes pretty fast, but has a hard time turning. As such, you'll have to steer ahead of time. Steering is done based on your rotation. You can even lock the hovercraft's rotation and fire at enemies while driving by them. Yet another addition that might seem small at first is the addition of team logic. This team logic is what causes all of the enemy bots to only focus on players in the breach and enter game mode. There is unfortunately a bug at the moment that prevents friendly bots from being set to the player's team, so they're all on their own team. Despite this, however, it should be something that's completely working in the next released build. Adding to the detail, I've added footstep sounds. Though they're slightly inconsistent at the moment, which is another bug that should be fixed by the next release, they're still something that I felt necessary to show off. Some of the final details of relevance come down to audio. By using audio reverb zones as well as audio mixers, I've added even more depth to the sound. When walking into certain areas of the map, you'll notice different types of sound while walking or firing your weapon. That's all for this update, and please do let me know what you think in the comments. Despite some small bugs, the game has progressed a very long way. The link to the build is in the official SciGun Arena Discord. If you haven't checked that out already, feel free to do so. Also, be sure to join the official SciGun Arena subreddit. Updates are most frequently posted there. Links are below in the description. Thank you all, and I hope to see you in the next update.